Today is the 25th of March.
Last weekend was a long weekend. Friday was a public holiday in Japan, and shortly before, the government announced that they will reopen schools. So we all were very happy, basically jumping up and down, and everybody thought, okay, it's a good time to go out to the parks to view the cherry blossom. And this is what we did. We went to Ueno and looked at the cherry blossom, but we went on a weekday, on Monday. I picked up my husband at the office in Shinjuku. It's a little bit late. The weeks before we didn't go out, and especially not to Tokyo. If we go out, we just hiked around our area. But we thought it's time to go to Tokyo with our car and have a look. I didn't expect many people, and there were not so many people, at least not at the pond area. The elderly people all wear face masks, the younger one didn't. And when you get Bentendo Temple, there are street vendors on right and left side, and some of them also didn't wear face masks. I thought this was a little bit strange, as if there is no crisis at all. Then if you go in the direction to the museums, there is this cherry blossom alley, and it guides you to the Ueno station or from the Ueno station. And there were a lot of people, as you can see here. Walked then over to Ameyoko. You have seen this in one of my videos. Usually we go there New Year's shopping. But it's a very touristy area, and you can see mostly tourists wearing not a mask, which is a little bit strange because they must know about it, because they most probably arrived the past 2 weeks here. However, young Japanese sometimes also don't wear masks. It's almost like a competition between young and old. Hey, I'm young, so therefore I don't need to wear a mask. And we had some food at a Korean stall.
Then suddenly the governor of Tokyo announced that a lockdown for Tokyo is not off the table. And everybody was like, what? I thought we are almost safe. We just have to avoid certain scenarios, like being in a room with no air ventilation, with a lot of people together, and when everybody is talking. So, yeah. Of course, immediately we stayed at home again. Also, we didn't go out in the evening. We don't go to restaurants. All what we have done basically before. Yeah, and then yesterday there was a press conference at 8 p.m. with the governor of Tokyo, and she basically said they shouldn't come to Tokyo and work in Tokyo. They should stay weekdays at home.
And stay this weekend at home.
And do home office. Plus, avoid big gathering, don't go out. Stay voluntarily at home. I mean, basically, I have done this the past 2 months, except last weekend. What can I say? This worries me now a little. And of course, we will stay at home. My husband is working from home since last week, so yeah. I'm lost for words a little bit because we are not banned from traveling, but we were asked not to travel overseas. The voluntary stop of traveling overseas. I started not thinking about the virus anymore, but now I feel worried again. There's so many news coming out. For example, my husband gasped yesterday when we heard that Prince Charles has the coronavirus. Wow. Wow. What changed from last week to this week? I would say, first of all, I was very surprised that so many people went out last weekend. Before that, the streets, I don't want to say were empty, but only 20% were on the street. People, sometimes I couldn't see people walking their dogs anymore it was for almost a week. This was a week ago, a little bit longer. And now everybody's out again. I mean, it belongs to the Japanese culture to celebrate cherry blossom. However, this, the kids can go back to school was basically a sign for everybody, hey, it might be safe. But it isn't. Apparently it isn't. And now I'm worried. Before I wasn't worried that much, but now I'm worried. They showed yesterday in the news the cluster from the week before, how many people were in Tokyo or in Ueno.
Data on people sightings over the past extended weekend is evidence of this trend. The map shows the number of people in Tokyo based on location information on mobile phones. The red shows places with a bigger number of people compared with a week earlier. The white shows no change. Blue shows a decline. In all of Tokyo, there was an average 10% increase on Saturday and Sunday. Ueno had a sharp increase. At 4 p.m. on Saturday, the red area increased near the station. At the same hour, the number of people increased in commercial areas in Harajuku, up to 4 times more than 1 week earlier. The spread of infections appears unstoppable. As of 8 p.m. today, 66 new domestic infections have been confirmed. 41 of the cases are in Tokyo.
I didn't know that they use also this big data here in Japan, but actually it's normal, yeah. But maybe nobody talked about it in the news like in Germany. In Germany it was big news. Here in Japan they didn't even mention it. At least not in the English news, I would say. It seems to be normal to use this as a tool to fight the virus. Yeah, my husband clearly, before he always went to Tokyo, but clearly he said, I can't go to Tokyo tomorrow. So this voluntarily is basically for him a law. He will not go. I mean, it's clear. It is like it is. But I felt this attitude change from his side. Before he said, yeah, we can go to Tokyo, no problem. But now he said, no, you cannot go. It's like, absolutely no, we don't go. Of course, I wouldn't. But I felt this is strange because it's going on so long, and all the time he was like, yeah, I can go. I have to go just another time. Instead of 7, I go at 5. Okay. He travels today also, but the plane is quite empty. There's only one plane going in the morning. Usually he can choose from 3 or 4 flights in the morning and doesn't need to take the earliest flight to where he has to go. But now they have only 1 flight in the morning and 1 flight in the evening going back. Yeah, and what the Japanese government what they also mentioned yesterday, The governor of Tokyo also mentioned yesterday that this will be the situation until after Golden Week. So that we have to be very careful, and it's a very critical situation. Yeah, this is another 6 weeks. So just imagine, I have been now 8 weeks in some kind of isolation. 2 days out, 1 day to a restaurant at the seaside, and another one seeing the cherry blossom in Ueno, and that's it. Jeez Louise, I cannot believe that.
Before I end my video, I want to bring some attention to a friend's business. She is creative language teacher and she has her own school. She just started maybe 1 or 2 years ago and is still not financially stable, and during this time of the coronavirus she has some problems, financial problems, and she asked friends and acquaintances for help or share her story. And so maybe some people would like to donate to her. It can be only 1,000 yen, 500 yen, whatever you want to give. I think she's happy with it. So please go to this website, and if you are able to donate something, please donate. Thank you.
I hope you liked this video, and I see you next Thursday with a hiking video. Bye!